the Monday, December 6th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat, the day after Christmas. It's all over with. Finally. Oh, let's go on and get everything synced in here together. Got that like up there. There's that. We'll share this puppy out on Facebook. And then we'll get to chatting. There goes that. And that's out of there. We'll pull the taskbar back up. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Squirrel. Hope you guys are doing good this morning. Man, I don't know. I don't know how Santa Claus does it. Because not being Santa Claus, Christmas is exhausting. It is daunting. It is exhausting. 364 days to go. Hey, G. Morning, Moose. Katie. Well, other Tony. English Tony. Hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. It is done and over with. Yeah, it's pretty okay here. Warmer right now than it's been since Thursday. Yeah, same here. We're up to a big whopping 14 degrees. We got up to 11 degrees yesterday with a -2 wind chill, and there's no minus wind chill today. Well, there's a wind chill, but it's not minus. Let's put it that way. We're sitting at 13 degrees. Yeah, 13 degrees, and the wind chill outside right now is 3. So, thumbs up on that one. It's on the positive side finally. It's about time. Did the Krampus steal your underwear like he did mine? Um, no. No, but I think he stole all my presents. I didn't get anything I asked for. I didn't get anything I asked for. I got a bunch of. Well, I take that back. I take that back. Somebody from the channel, I'm not going to say who, but somebody from the channel um, grabbed me up two bags of Black Rifle coffee. So I'm waiting to use up what's in the pot so I can make a fresh pot of Beyond Black. Good morning, Jay. Hope you're doing good this morning. Let me see here. You had a lovely, cozy day. Hope you had a fabulous day. It was nice. Um, I got some amazing pictures of the new baby. Of course, I was dudded up as Santa Claus, and everybody got a lot of pictures of me with the new baby and stuff. We got of course, the thumbnail for this, our first 5 generation picture since she was born. Um, Daughter, father, grandma, great grandma, great great grandma. So that was really, really cool. It was a good meal. We still have plenty of leftovers. Told the wife, don't expect anything awesome for dinner tonight because it's going to be ham, green bean casserole, sweet potatoes. So, well, a few rolls that are left. Here, balmy 22. That's -6 for y'all across the pond. Oh man, day after Christmas. Wait, 360, what, 359 days, 358 days, something like that to get it all over with, and then poof, it's gone. That quick. Uh, oh, I'm not glad it's over with, but at the same time, I am. Of course, I did get, like I said, I did get some, good morning, Jan. Hope you're doing well. We did have a lot of company. My stepson, the granddaughter, his fiance, wife's friends that she's known since school came over, and we just had it up, had a good old time. Um, I'm glad to get today off. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you've had a busy week leading up to Christmas. For those of you that didn't know, Jay works for like a major delivery service. UPS, FedEx, DHL, stuff like that, and he has been humping this week. I think there was what 1 or 2 days, Jay, that he actually got into the warehouse and there was nothing to deliver because the planes were stuck in another state with everything on it, and the road conditions were horrid. Jan and I were actually joking the other day about him taking his big four-wheel drive out and just throwing all the boxes in the bed of the four-wheel drive and delivering it that way. But I would sure be charging, you know, $4 or $5 a gallon for gas. Oh man, we ever do on the 31st? Oh well, it's not over with here. We do ours the 31st. Oh, okay, very cool. Good morning, Chad. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good today. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Thanks to the Lord, we did not get near the snow they were calling for. Yeah, I know it. I know it. We settled in at about 16 inches. Is what we finally got. Of course, we have lake effect snow coming in for the next couple days. So who knows? We might get another foot. We may not. Just depends on what the lake's like. Expecting. I'm expecting my Dodge brake bracket to be here today. It was promised Friday. Great Christmas, lots of family. Cool, cool, cool. That was Friday. Did get 27 stop off Saturday on icy roads out in the country. Wow. Yep, I'm still working on editing the video from Saturday night. Of course, Santa, he didn't complete brain fart. He didn't disappoint. Got some good videos Saturday night. See a little bit of the magic happen. I got a big surprise from him, but it's you guys will see later today. Justin, good morning. Good morning, Rusty. Seen you pop in up there a second ago. At least I thought I did. Where'd you go? There you are. I had to really back up there. You popped in a minute or so ago. Oh, but yep. Everything's back to norm today. The wife goes back to work. She leaves here, about 20 minutes. At least there's not a bunch of blowing and stuff like that, so she ought to be able to not have any problems. Who is ready for the new year? Well, we're going to stick with the tradition here, and I'm going to do a 12-hour stream on New Year's Eve. Probably take it from who knows, 6 at night till 6 in the morning or something like that. We've been doing it since the creation of the first channel and gonna keep right on rolling with it. We do our family Christmas on New Year's Eve. I'm ready for that. Very cool. Very cool. New Year's Day is just another day. Yeah. Beginning of the new year. Time to make all those resolutions and all those tough decisions, to make all those appropriate and positive changes in your life, and then forget them all on the 3rd of January. Well, for those of you that don't have any willpower, then there's those of us that have made them last at least the first couple weeks. I'll never forget the time that my dad and I decided we were going to quit smoking. One of the greatest moves we could have made. Of course, that was long before I met my wife and this smokestack family that I'm part of now. We actually made it 2 weeks. We made it 2 weeks. We made the resolution on the same day, and we broke the resolution on the same day when my girlfriend and my mom both started complaining about the excess food bill. Yeah, New Year's resolutions are a great way to hear God laugh. Snowplows are out already. How about that? They must be trying to get the roads cleared off before the lake effect snow starts. Oh, but I hope everybody had a great Christmas. It was nice having the family together. It was definitely fun. Let's just put it that way. We've got some big things coming in 2023. Of course, you guys know, I've made the announcement multiple times that we are actually going to we're going to start doing the full-time professional Santa thing next year. Um, there's other things you can put in your mouth besides, in my case, a cigar. Um, exactly, which was why the excess food bill thing. I personally, I don't know what my dad was eating besides an abundance of ice cream and Little Debbie snacks. Me personally, it was venison jerky, beef jerky, bacon jerky, turkey jerky, because I wanted to, switch from an unhealthy thing to a healthy thing. And yeah, at $8-9 a bag, and I was going through about 3 bags a day. Um, it got a little expensive. Got more expensive than the cigarettes I was smoking at the time. We have a dusting of snow last night. They're calling for an inch or so today. Not bad. Not bad. They're calling for um, they're calling for 2.5 days of lake effect. They're not even giving an amount. So, because you never know with Lake Michigan what it's going to do. It all depends on the water temperature. You may see 3 or 4 inches of snow. You may see, well, we've seen 18 inches of lake effect snow drop in 24 hours. So you just never know. It was nice and quiet, just JJ and me. Did talk to several members of our family on the phone. Very cool. Yeah, I got that call from mom and dad last night, and you know, was Santa Claus nice to you? Did you have a good dinner with the kids and stuff? Blah blah blah. Yes, great dinner with the kids and stuff. No, Santa Claus was not nice. He apparently lost my list and just threw in a bunch of stuff to fill in the blanks. So it's all right. Friday we're going to be in the 60s. Yeah. I've actually not even looked at the forecast. I have not looked. It's too disappointing to me.
Did you get her medicine or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. I'll get her clothes.
Okie doke. Um, I haven't even looked at the forecast. I had a feeling since I was going to get my white Christmas that after Christmas was going to be disappointing. So I've not even looked at the forecast because, well, Tony, I hope you and your family have a nice Christmas Day on New Year's Eve. I hope Santa Claus brought you all kinds of new bang bangs and things that you can put on to keep yourself nice and warm when you're going out shooting small woodland creatures to put them in your freezer. Well, it's all about it. That's what it's all about. Bang bangs and small woodland creatures. If not for the family Christmas thing, I'd be on the way to the cabin on Friday. I do not want gifts. Well, of course you want the kids to get gifts, but the kids and your grandkids are gonna get you things. You just gotta smile and lump it and then figure out how to use it later. Good morning, Buck. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Merry post Christmas. If I want or need stuff, I would buy it. See, I think that's what I'm gonna have to start doing. Um, is just going out and getting my own Christmas. That way, I always get what I want. Oh, Rusty, how was Christmas with the grandkids? Did Santa make a stop off at your place and leave them some nice Christmas things? This is a rare morning that I can listen and reply to the comments. Usually I just listen as I head. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's nice to actually have you here on a morning stream, Jay. had a good time. Lots of Lego toys that are so overpriced. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But the cool thing about Legos, I found out yesterday morning, was much like every other toy out there, if it's popular, it's going to go up in price. I seen a one of the original, I think what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that, Lego Star Wars toys. It was one of the, not X-wing fighters, it was one of those tri-wing fighters, the wings split like this. Um, Legos that came out when episode 1 came out, whatever that was, 15 years ago or whatever. Thing is worth over $3,000 right now. The originals that came out are worth over $3,000. They cost like $20 when they came out. Blew me away when I seen that thing. Lego kids living. It's great to have him home. I'll pay, but I'll pay for the rest of the week. The one Lego toy my youngest asked for was over $150. This sucker had in. All right, baby. I'll see you tonight. Be ready for ham and sweet taties and mashed taties and love you. Those suckers hurt like hell stepping on them and die. Oh yeah, tell me about it. That's why I'm glad my daughter's not into Legos. My grandson's got Star Wars Lego. Oh. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope Santa Claus brought you all kinds of really cool things. I don't think we bought any Legos this year. Nope. For my daughter, it was all cooking stuff. She's turning into quite the little baker. Actually, she sat yesterday morning and decorated cupcakes. Once she got to open her Christmas up, she found all these really cool cake decorating tips and icing bags and spinning tables and stuff like that. She went to work decorating cupcakes. So, and now she's got all kinds of baking supplies and stuff. Nurture this thing right. She may be the next great cake decorator. Who knows? Maybe in 10 years, me and the wife can actually both retire, and she'll just take care of us on her bakery and wedding cake decorating skills. I buy one VIP ticket to wrestling show in January. Still waiting for some of her baking goods. I'm waiting to eat those cupcakes. She didn't want anybody to eat any of them until she got all of them done. Well, me bought each grandkid, even the 2 infant girls, a gun. Of course. Start them off right. Teach them responsibility, firearm, safety, the whole shebang. Okay, yep, caught everything. Careful what you ask for, you might get it. $100 VIP ticket. Man, I have never been to a professional wrestling match. And I grew up. I grew up with I grew up watching wrestling with the dad with my dad. That was one of our big things. Was Monday Night Raw and stuff like that. Um, Loved it. Loved it. Got all the daughters I can take. Tony to adopt me. I'd have a blast. Yeah, I'm the same way, Jan. I'm the same way. Um, I grew up around guns. Pistols, rifles, shotguns. Mom and Dad never bought me a one. Good morning, Numus. How you doing today, Santa? I'm surprised you are not sleeping. Busy, busy, busy. Morning, Squatch. Happy day after Christmas. Would I be better than your daughters? I'd go hunting with you and shooting. Bah humbug, you McScroogies. I'm go back to bed. All right, Ian. Go back, get some more sleep, man. I'll tell you what, I slept like a beast last night. I probably would have slept through the whole night if it wasn't for that ornery little black booger that likes to get up in my face at 1 o'clock in the morning because he's decided, oh, it's nighttime. I want loved. Must have pushed him off the bed 10 times last night. Finally got out of bed right before 5 o'clock. Had a great day yesterday with my family in Wainwright, Alberta. Today we're off to Lloydminster, Saskatchewan for a day of shopping and casino. I think I want Santa to adopt me. It's been so long since I've had a chance to go to a casino. I forget which button to push to place a bet. The most wimpy storm we had over here, only an inch of snow, was mostly windy. And see, we had a lot of wind, but we got the snow. We got about 16 inches of snow out there right now, and we're looking for lake effect snow to start today. So who knows what we're going to wind up with by middle of the week. Yep, whole bunch of cold, whole bunch of cold. Our coldest we got was minus 30, minus 22, and like I said, yesterday was minus 2. Today is positive 2. Ambient temperature 13 degrees right now. Wind chill 2 degrees. So we're finally back in the positive. Not in Georgia, it ain't. Yeah, I couldn't believe how cool Georgia got this year. And we got some really cool. Who was it I was talking to last night? Oh, my mom. My sister's daughter and her husband took off and went to Florida on Christmas Eve. And it was 45 degrees down there when they got there. They went to Florida for the heat. And they got screwed. Not Scrooged, screwed. warmer here right now than it's been since the storm started. Yeah, we got into the plus Fahrenheit, but in Celsius it's minus. I don't think anything broke. Oh, when your aquaponics froze? You know it's cold when your aquaponics freezes. 16 here right now. Snow is on the way. We're lucky here, kind of in the middle of the storm cells. 12 degrees right now. So yeah, so you're way up there in Alberta. You're only 1 degree less than we are. Where was the derailment located? Oh wait, was a big CN train derailment from the storm. I didn't hear about that. I know we had a real bad car pile up on New Year's Eve or on Christmas Eve, but it was up north a little bit. They laid by the door, whining to get out, scratching at the door. By Friday, they were fighting to be closest to the door. So out they went, close to Kingston, Ontario. Oh wow! Thursday afternoon, evening, it poured here for hours, and temps dropped down to 8. I put portable heater in the truck so the door seals wouldn't freeze. That's terrible, Rusty. Man, I'll tell you what. Um, what was it? Blah, 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 blah. Christmas Eve, I think it was. The wife's uh, car wouldn't start, so he had to get it jumped. He left his industrial jumper cables with us. She went to work that day and had no problems at all with the car starting that evening. So, thank God that was the only issue we've had so far with that um, Eclipse or whatever the hell it is she drives. It was designed to fail in a specific way so nothing's damaged. When I was trying to restart it, I was convinced something broke, but no, good. Via train service from Montreal to Toronto for a few more days. I had a fair bit of straw to the dog houses and stuck them out. And that minus 25 wind chill. And they were finally content. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Slide that right off there. Oh. So, yep, like I said, we got some big things going on with the new year. Um, like I said a little bit ago, of course, starting next season, um, I am going to start doing the real beard Santa thing. We have no real beard Santas that I know of in Southwest Michigan. So like I said, our guy for our closest mall travels up here from southern Tennessee every year and stays for a month and does it. And he's the only one. Every other Santa I see around here are those guys that like to slap a fake fur on their face, and I would say probably about 20 or 30 times a season get the fake fur ripped off their face. So, but we'll talk about this after today in history. Rusty's already got her fired in. Let's go. 1620, Mayflower pilgrims come ashore in Plymouth Bay, traditionally thought to be Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. There's the winter warm house too far. 1773, expulsion of tea ships from Philadelphia. The frozen chickens that went out yesterday, they were nice and toasty in their coop with a radiant heater. Cool. What are you talking about? Canadian police for 1776, American Revolutionary War. George Washington leads U.S. troops in defeat Hessians at Battle of Trenton, New Jersey. Half hour away from me. You know, New Jersey's so small, guys. I always joke that everything is only 30 minutes away from Rusty's house. That did not stop local animal shelter rep to get on the local news and plead with people to call animal control if they see any pet outside, which is why we have 4 cats running around the house right now. You know, the kittens have proved pretty resilient when the ambient temperature is right around 17 degrees. They start to slow down a little bit at, you know, 15, 14, 13 degrees. When it hit negative temps, they came in the house. Yeah, Tucker came back in. He's been in here for 2 days. Won't even go near the door now. I think he learned his lesson when he ran outside the other day, and you know his little butt took off to the shed instead of coming back in the house. I think he learned real quick. Hey, it's cold out there. I don't want no part of that. He's been in here being Mr. Awesome House Kitty, Mr. Lovey Dovey for 2 days now, and really starting to tick Ralph off because Ralph is jealous. Let's see here. 1799, George Washington is eulogized by Colonel Henry Lee as first in war, first in peace, and first in hearts of his countrymen. 1805, Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts is established in Philadelphia. 1811, a theater fire in Richmond, Virginia kills the governor of Virginia, George William Smith, and the president of the First National Bank of Virginia, Abraham B. Venable. 1848, Phi Delta Theta fraternity is founded at Miami University, Oxford, Ohio. Oh, they can. They can. Of course, I don't know if any of you guys heard this or not. Um, the famous, I think his name was Jules Bass of Rankin Bass, one of the team, one of the members of the team of 2, Rankin Bass, that made a lot of our Christmas shows when we were younger. I think they made their first one in 1964. It was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Went on to make 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, A Year Without Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, Little Drummer Boy, Rudolph's Shiny New Year. He passed away here just a couple days ago, and I believe it was 89 years old. Of course, Rankin Bass hasn't made anything new. They made the television versions of Lord of the Rings and stuff. All that stop action claymation stuff that was really popular during the 60s and 70s and early 80s. He passed on. A legacy has ended when it comes to animation. Hopefully they keep those things coming back every year, so our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, um, can enjoy the same things we did growing up. I still look forward to them every year. I've watched "Twas the Night Before Christmas" 3 times, but that's always been my favorite. So, let me see here. 1854, Treaty of Medicine Creek, signed by Nisqually, Puyallup, and Coast Salish peoples, with Isaac Ingalls Stevens, governor of Washington Territory, giving up 2.5 million acres. 1854, wood pulp paper first exhibited in Buffalo. Now the only thing exhibited in Buffalo is frozen cars, and they got hit bad. I could not believe some of the pictures I seen coming out of Buffalo, New York. They got smashed over there. As a matter of fact, I believe they've declared a state of emergency in that area. It was so bad. 1860, maiden voyage of first steamship owned by one man, Cornelius Vanderbilt. Cornelius. Like that name. Wanted to name my firstborn son Cornelius, and my ex-wife told me no. Of course, I wanted Cornelius as his middle name. I wanted Yukon as his first name, but she said no. Buffalo always gets smashed. It seems like it. It seems like it. That's twice this year they have just got beat to death. My wife put the Christmas Story on the other night. The kids begged us to turn it off. No, Hermie wanted to be a dentist. Yukon Cornelius was the miner, the gold miner, looking for gold. My wife put on a Christmas Story too on Christmas Eve, and it played till about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and I finally shut it off and turned on Die Hard. To me, it's just not Christmas, and until you see the bad guy falling out of the window of you know the skyscraper. A foot of snow in Buffalo is flurries. 1862, first U.S. Navy hospital ship enters service. 1862, Battle of Dumfries begins in Virginia. 1862, largest mass execution in U.S. history. 38 Dakota men were executed via hanging in the aftermath of the U.S. Dakota War in Mankato, Minnesota. 1865, James H. Mason, Massachusetts, patents first U.S. coffee percolator. A quarter inch of snow here, nobody knows how to drive. There's a lot of places like that. Was one of my most favorite things about living in Texas. Watching a good frost or something hit early one morning and seeing people try to hit the interstate off an on ramp at 70 mile an hour, and they come right up that on ramp and plow right into that center divider, slide right across 3 lanes of traffic. 1872, fourth largest snowfall in New York City history, 18 inches. Psh, 18 inches ain't nothing in New York City now. I saw a post on Facebook saying, don't forget to leave out a pack of cigarettes and a pair of shoes and a Beretta 92 for John McCain. Very fitting. Very fitting. 1877, Socialist Labor Party North America holds first national convention in the heating duct. Yeah, you have to put it in the heating duct where he can find it. Good morning, Ty. Good to see you. Hope you're recovering well from yesterday. A lot of people in New Jersey take snow and ice as a challenge. Uh, yeah, no running water for the last 5 days. Well, luckily you guys got snow, so you can go out and scoop up some snow in a pot and heat it up on the stove and still be able to um, 1878, first U.S. store to install electric lights, Philadelphia. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Tell the girls to go out and build a snowman, then just pick that whole little booger up, put him right in a pot, take him in, put him on the stove. The water was frozen yesterday morning. Most people here think all season tires can handle snow. Yeah, they don't. They don't. See more green than white. Bring the truck over here, we'll load the bed up for you. We got plenty of it. We have enough snow piled up along the roads right now to completely fill your yard. So you'll be all right. We lost a case of water last week knowing it was coming. 1914 U.S. government protests British interference with American merchant ships at sea. On the same day, Germans announced they will treat food as contraband. Subject to seizure weakens American protest. Everybody got quiet. There we go. 1917, U.S. federal government took over operation of American railroads for duration of World War I. Let's see here. 1924, Frances Gumm, later Judy Garland, age 2.5, billed as Baby Frances, makes her show business debut. If you're forced to do the melt snow thing, don't just melt it, boil it if you intend to consume it. Oh, definitely so. Niagara and Chatham, Kent, here in Ontario, declared state of emergency because of storm. Last I heard, still under it. Wow. 1931, George Gershwin, Ira Gershwin, George S. Kaufman, and Maury Reiskens. Musical political satire of the I Sing opens at the Music Box Theater, New York City, runs for 441 performances. 1933, FM radio patent granted to American engineer Edwin Howard Armstrong. Oh, oh. Not ho, 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 wanted to let everybody know we will not be on tonight. I have got to finish working on the video from Christmas Eve, get it up, and this week I will be sleeping as much as I possibly can so I can make it on New Year's Eve for the 12-hour stream that we do every year. Not going to have a replay of the last couple years. Not going to do it. You're not going to see me up here at hour number 10 going, sleep is that thing that I very rarely get, which is why usually by hour 10 I'm sitting up here. I will be putting out the videos as normal this week, but my evenings are going to be spent on my big soft pillow. Baka, baka, baka. 1940, Philadelphia Story, film directed by George Cukor, based on Broadway play of the same name. Starring Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, and James Stewart, is released. I can deal with cold, even minus zero stuff, but that 30-plus mile per hour wind, minus 10, is no bueno. I can agree. The wind is what gets you. The wind is what gets you. I enjoy listening to Rusty's Day in History. I do too. Rusty does such a good job on it, man. I really love it. And he always comes up with interesting things that my Today in History, when it pops up in my email, he comes up with things it don't have. So I really enjoy it. 1944, Tennessee Williams play Glass Menagerie premieres in Chicago. 1946, Beggar's Holiday opens at Broadway Theater, New York City for 111 performances. Just get a bag of cookies. No. I can't afford cigars. How the hell am I going to get a bag of that? This is my last cigar. I didn't even get cigars for Christmas. I'm back to I'm back to ultralight cigarettes again after this. How am I going to afford a bag of that? I could for a tiny bag of that I could buy 2 cases of cigars and have cigars for the next 6 months. If I could make it to 9 on New Year's Eve, it'll be a miracle. Hey, just to have you here with us for a few hours is well worth it. I don't expect anybody to sit up all night long with me. But it's amazing how many people, when I do a 12 or a 24-hour live stream, which by the way I will never do again, that one near killed me. I was I was sick as hell after that last 24 hour. I won't do any more of those. Because you figure a 24-hour live stream, I'm actually up for 36 hours. So, no. 1946 Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas opens. Start of an era. Fluffy pillows. Sounds like the kids' show Big Comfy Couch. It's exactly what it feels like, too. 1947, heavy snow blankets northeast, buries New York City under 25.8 inches of snow in 16 hours. That same day, LA set a record high of 84 degrees Fahrenheit. 1951, The African Queen, directed by John Huston and based on the 1935 novel of the same name, starring Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn, is released in LA, California. Academy Awards Best Actor. I don't ring in the new year. Just kind of let it just appear out of nowhere. I like ringing in something. 1954, The Shadow airs for the first time on radio. Don't think I have since we had kids unless I was at work. Wow. 1955, RKO is the first to announce sale of its film library to TV. 1963, Double Dublin opens at Little Theater, New York City for 4 performances. African Queen was a good movie. I'll agree with you on that one, Tony. It's a good movie. 1963, the Beatles release I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I saw her standing there. In the U.S., the blizzard of 77 that hit Ontario and upstate New York January 28th, February 1st. First 4 hours of the storm, temperatures dropped from -3 to -18 with peak wind gusts ranging from 74 to 111 kilometers an hour. I know 78 was, I remember 78. I was 10 years old in 78. And that's one of the very few memories that I still have very strongly from my childhood. And I don't know about 77 up in upstate New York and stuff in Ontario, but man, I remember 78. Thing I remember most about it is my mom and dad putting on us kids snowmobile suits and walking to the store because the cars were buried. They walked 6 blocks one way to the grocery store to just get groceries to keep us fed. Pulled our little tiny Western Auto sled all the way up there with bungee cords and bungee corded bags to this thing to pull it back with groceries on it. Our snowsuits literally came up to here on them and came up to the middle of their calves, but by God, they made it. Lady C, hope you're doing good this morning. Happy day after Christmas. 1965 Funny Girl, based on the life of Fanny Brice with Barbara Streisand, closes on Broadway. Watch the blizzard from my bedroom window. I remember both blizzards in the 70s. I walked to school in both of them. Dad, I'm going to tell you what, in 78, I was the first year. Um, of course, I was only in the fifth grade at the time. But in '78, they closed everything down. They closed everything down. My town actually put up or took down the no snowmobiling signs because that was the only way people could get around. Cars were locked in place. And they were letting people ride their horses. They were letting people bring snowmobiles into town. They were letting people bring whatever they had to get in. So the guys were even driving their tractors into town and pulling wagons behind them and stuff like that to get people around. It was a standstill. I never listened to news, traffic, weather on the radio until the storm of '78 got me good. Oh yeah, yeah. Got everybody good. Yeah, that '78 storm was nearly biblical. I will agree with that. 1973, second Skylab 3. Astronauts walk in space for a record 7 hours. 1973 horror film The Exorcist, based on the book and screenplay by William Peter Blatty, starring Linda Blair. Rated X premieres. First horror film to be nominated. I didn't have school during that blizzard. I was senior in high school. Oh yeah, snowmobiles. They will save lives. They will save lives, and still to this day, 44 years later, the little town that I grew up in still has the snowmobiling allowed in town signs up on the edge of town on both ends. They will not make the mistake anymore of saying snowmobiles cannot drive in downtown. I mean, understand downtown was only like 4 or 5 blocks. So, I mean, it wasn't a big area. There might be 30 businesses downtown, but you still got the hardware store, you still got the feed store, you still got the grocery store, the banks. So, still to this day, 44 years later, they have the signs up saying snowmobiling is allowed inside city limits. Because they remember how many people those snowmobiles saved delivering food. Yep, you got it, Tony. Delivering food and stuff. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I believe late '70s or late '80s, early '90s, the town actually bought like 5 snowmobiles for the police department, and keep them right there in the garage at the fire station. And which that town, the fire station and the police station, still use the same large garage. But I believe they have black and white police snowmobiles that they have purchased since then. So groceries can get out to people, water can get out to people, emergency services, people can get out. So I mean, we had 2 grocery stores here that both gave food to anyone who needed it for free. Oh wow, now that's cool. That's cool. In 1986, TV soap Search for Tomorrow ends after 35-year run. Search for Tomorrow. 1991, Jack Ruby's gun sells for $220,000 in auction. The Philadelphia story is on TMC now. Very cool. I'm a little busier. I'd watch it. I forgot how itchy growing a beard was. This is beyond the itch now, but man, all this stuff here that's growing in, I can't wait till middle of January when it don't itch no more. Laura, good morning. Back to work, huh? Get that 1 day break for Christmas and then back at it, just like my wife. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Well, I'm glad you're here anyway, Laura, even if just listening. Glad you could join us. You worked yesterday too. Wow. Happy holidays to you too, Terry. Healthcare industry. I got you. I understand. We need our determined healthcare people, that's for sure. 2001 crude oil prices on the New York Mercantile Exchange record one of their largest 1 day jumps of the year as traders become convinced that OPEC will follow through on production cuts. Oh, you're at work too, Terry? Well, as you can see, I'm back at work. So, this is where I'll be all day long, right here in this little tiny room, finishing up the video from Christmas Eve. Santa's visit. I do it every year, and every year people ask about the next year. So, all right, Rusty finished it up with 2001 crude oil prices. All right, bud. Thank you very much for another good day in history. I don't know what in the world is wrong with my stomach this morning, but I have got the hiccups and the blah blah, something terrible. Appreciate that, but there's some interesting things in there again. There's no work all week. U.S. pharmaceuticals are off. Very cool. Very cool. I love working holidays for the feds. 2 point time times overtime pay. Yeah. And the kids didn't mind getting up at 4 a.m. to open gifts. We sat here yesterday and waited on the stepson and his family to show. We didn't even open presents till after 11 o'clock yesterday. We were all up here at 6 a.m. Of course, I was up even earlier than that. Everybody else got up about 6 a.m., realized they weren't going to be here for a while, so at least the wife laid back down. Everybody else was up and around. So, but they finally got here through all the snow and all the wind and everything else. And boy, we sat and waited all those hours, and present opening didn't last 30 minutes. We opened the big box up probably about 10 minutes after we started. Of course, you know, my wife went absolutely gaga over the barbecue sauce. Um, she grabbed one of them and she opened it. And she's like, "Oh, I got some more barbecue sauce." And then I handed her the T-shirt, and she's like, "I got me a JJ's T-shirt," and then I handed her the other jar of barbecue sauce, and she went nuts. She's like, "Oh my God!" Ash loved her little teddy bear that you got her. Thank you so much for that. Of course, you know I was excited. I've already talked about my coffee this morning. I'm waiting to finish this pot here that I had left over, part of it left over from yesterday. And tomorrow I'm going to start off with a big fresh pot of Black Rifle coffee. Getting the next video going. Oh, that was my bear cub? Oh, Ash adopted it. Supposed to be here, which is good because I fed them all they could eat. Oh, it was bitterly cold. That was my bear cub. Yeah, Ash adopted a bear cub. Which I don't understand what it is with her. This year she's into sharks. I, I, I don't understand. There's something about some YouTube channel that does something that she likes to watch. It's all about sharks. Um, even they even have like a little anime shark um, thing. So of course her big thing this year was a big stuffed great white shark, and then she wanted these hooded onesies that was basically the shark's body, and the mouth like was right here on the hood. Part of it was down here under the neck. The other parts at the top of the hood. It got a dorsal fin on the back and this little deformed mutant tail, and she got one in blue and one in gray. So that's all she wore all day yesterday was her onesie. I, I don't get it. Maybe I need to come up with a little raven onesie or something like that with like little black wings on the back and, like little tail feathers, and I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to start designing something like that and selling the concept, but I think it's cute. I don't know what it is though. It's sharks this year. Last year it was unicorns. This year it's sharks. Next year it'll probably be a spiny anteater or a koala bear or some crazy crap. They have them of ravens, do they? I haven't never seen them. Oh, if I could find someone to design one. Yeah, I didn't know they already had onesies of ravens. I gotta really look then to see if I could find something like that because yeah, definitely. I'd uh, I'd buy them and resell them if I could on the channel. I have to say, the hound guy, these catahuas are quite different. A hound will eat if it is there to the point of getting sick. These mutts only eat till they stop and come back later, which is kind of smart. I mean, honestly, why eat till you throw up? Then you're hungry again. But anyway, things coming up this year. I'm considering starting a second channel to only cater to the full time Santa thing for next year. Um, of course, doing personalized Santa greetings. I must have sent out 100 greetings. I know some of you guys got the video yesterday of me dressed as Santa sitting right here. Those of you that I, had contact information for outside of YouTube. Um, and then I done personal Santa stuff for several kids in and out of our family. Um, but yeah, busy, busy, busy Christmas Eve and yesterday morning while everybody was still laying down. Probably would have been easier if I would have fit it into like days, but doing it all in just a few hours. Now I understand why Santa, you know, goes someplace tropical on the 27th of December and don't come back until February 1st. I feed mine twice a day. They don't get much either time. I never got that with hounds. If I recall, I think Kidjarumi? Kidjarumi. Oh, Kidjarumi. I'm going to write that down because I will forget that name. Kidjarumi. Kidjarumi. Yep, that's right. Cool. I will definitely check into that. Yeah. Normally these guys get fed at night, then leftovers the rest of the day if there are any. If Ashley has a baby next year, I will pay you to send them a greeting. Oh, but that's going to be my new gig next year. Is the professional real beard Santa thing. We have a few businesses here in the area that have talked about finding a Santa, and of course they use fake beard Santas or an employee that has a Santa suit. Um, one of which my daughter knows one of the owners. She's a teacher at the school. Um, and my daughter even said, Ashlyn even said she would dress up in an elf outfit and go do these jobs with me. Take photographs for people, stuff like that. So before next Christmas, I have got to come up with, um, well, one item I thought I was going to get for Christmas, but figured out that the wife's debit card wouldn't work on the site, so I didn't get the Santa suit this year. Like I said, I got a t-shirt, socks, nothing I asked for. But hey, it was Christmas, so before next year, I've got to get the Santa suit. At least they still have it on hold So as soon as I can get the money for it, I need to get the money for the Santa suit, get it ordered. I also want to find one of the little Bluetooth printers. That way my daughter can take the photos and print them out right there, um, which she's a technological whiz anyway. My God. Um, but she can take the photos, print them out right there on the printer, and give them to the folks. And I'm going to spend the summer building cute little Santa props and stuff like that. So here a couple years ago, I actually built a Santa throne, and it sat in the living room, uh, well, right by the door, and that's where I took pictures at with the kids and stuff here in the family. That was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Uh, right here with the kids and the family when they came over on Christmas Eve. But because of the storm this year, there was no Christmas Eve here at the house, so, except a lot of work for me and Mom, me and Mrs. Claus. Um, ask for nothing and you're never disappointed. Well, you know something? If people quit asking me what I want and then just not getting it, I made it real easy on my wife. She asked, "What do you want?" I said, "I want a professional Santa suit, not something that I made by hand like the one that I wear around here. I want, if you can't get the Santa suit, I want my proton pack so I can go out with Danny and the guys and do the Ghostbuster thing with a real pack on that I can actually not be afraid to let little kids handle and shoot and stuff like that." I said, "Or I want some new ghost hunting equipment." I had an easy list, a real easy list. She decided to go with the Santa suit because that would help bring in money to help support the family. If you guys didn't know, a professional real beard Santa can make anywhere between $35 an hour and $50 an hour just sitting there talking to kids for 8 or 10 hours a day. So, and some of those gigs last 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So, it's a job that pays for itself. Merry Christmas. Hey, Templar, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Hope you didn't have to shoot back to work already this morning on just the day after Christmas. John, howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Merry day after Christmas to you. Hope you're recovering well from the holiday. I am at work. Psst, go figure. Oh well, I hope you at least have a good day while you're there. No, we don't call them Boxing Days here. We don't call it Boxing Day. I had to ask my friend in Corby what the hell a Boxing Day was the first time I heard it. I had no clue. But that's one thing that I really like about um, England, about the UK in general, is you guys have a few Boxing Days. What, like 2 or 3 in a year? That's a guaranteed vacation day for you guys, which is really, really cool. Because I know we don't celebrate all of the same all of the same holidays. You know, Easter, Christmas. You guys don't have, Independence Day. You don't have Thanksgiving Day, things like that. Um, so, I think what we have New Year's, Christmas, Easter, and like Thanksgiving. So And I think that's the only ones that we really share together. Boxing Day here in Canada too. Yep, Canada too. I'm gonna pretend to work today. They won't know. um, Boxing Day is a big thing in U.S. and Canada. Um, it's like other Black Friday event. Oh, okay. I I had no clue. Sounds fun though. I could go for some boxing right now. Huge sales. Wow. Most of us in states have no clue what Boxing Day is. Yeah, we have our Black Friday the day after Thanksgiving, and my God, I mean, it's nothing like it was, 30 years ago. People aren't trampling each other and knocking each other down and getting in knife fights in the middle of Coles and things like that. I mean, but it's still, people will get a little aggressive trying to find that brand new TV or whatever. Gotta go, guys. Have some technical issues to check out. Oh, wow. Hope everything's okay, Jan. Definitely, if you don't make it back before the end of the stream, let me know. It's just sales of items they can't get rid of. I know we definitely need to try to get our hands on a new TV. The one that we bought 4 years ago. Hey, Santee, good to see you, bud. Hope you had a good Christmas there with the wife and Siri and Rex and Bill and Skeleton and whoever else showed up. But yeah, we definitely need to get a new TV. We were trying to watch TV yesterday, and one half of the TV is almost black. Half the picture's gone out of it, and yeah, just. But which we, 4 years ago, we bought a floor model at a local Walmart. And I mean, God only knows how many hours, how many hundreds of hours this TV had on it when we bought it 4 years ago. But we paid $125 for a 60-inch TV, so we got a good deal on it. But my God, the thing's dead. It's wore out. Boxing Day. I We had a good Christmas. We had a good Christmas, Santee. Son and his fiance and the baby um, all showed up. I got some really good pictures of me holding the baby for the first time yesterday, um, dressed as Santa, sitting beside the Christmas tree and stuff. So it was very cool. Boxing Day is a throwback, a tradition of the rich giving to the poor, but it's all crappy commercialism now. Sadly enough, what a lot of Christmas has become around the world, and people kind of lost that. Yeah, that spirit of giving thing. And it's a holiday celebrated day after Christmas Day, occurring on the second day of Christmas tide. Though it originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today is primarily known as shopping holiday. Congrats on toys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, we didn't make enough guys to do the adopt a family and the Toys for Tot thing. But we did give a lot of very cute toys to little trucks and stuffed animals and Tinker toys and dolls. The people at the dollar stores loved me. Um, I, I didn't have to wrap. All I had to do was pick it up, take it straight to the Toys for Tot box, fill the box up, and pile some stuff up around it. It was it was amazing. Well, not Tinker toys as we had Tinker toys when we were younger, Dev. But little rinky dink building blocks things, and they got those Duplo blocks that are about 9 times the size of a Lego. I mean, um, it was nice. It was nice. I was very, very thankful that we all banded together and was able to make some Christmases very, very special for some kids who probably would not otherwise have had a Christmas. So many, many thanks to each and every one of you. We'll do it again next year. Um, just keep giving. Next year, though, I really hope to be able um, to do the adoptive family thing and to take Christmas to a family as Santa Claus and really just try to keep that magic alive for some more kids and their parents even. Their parents even. Christmas was just another Sunday. I was here alone for half a day, then picked up the missus from her work and came back to the garage. Not that I was complaining. Well, Tony, you could always come to Michigan and spend Christmas with us. We might not be the most wealthiest family around. Hell, we're so poor we can't spell wealthy. But we know how to throw a shindig, especially for the holidays. Grandma was walking around in a Christmas sweater yesterday that had nothing but the elf's body on it, and her head was the elf's head. Steph was walking around here all Mrs. Claused up, Christmased up with her Christmas sweater and stuff like that. I was Sana'd up. My daughter ran around all day long dressed as a shark. I don't know. Congratulations on toys. Must have meant a very great deal to the recipients. I'm sure it did, Tony. I'm sure it did. We don't get to see those kids. Um, we dropped the Toys for Tots toys off at a Toys for Tot box, um, and they give them to local kids here in our community. So we don't ever get to see the kids doing it that way. That's why I like the adopt a family thing, because our village being so small, everybody at the courthouse uptown knows the families that are in need. The churches know of families that are in need. Bad things have happened, with the pandemic this past year and stuff. People lost their jobs, businesses closed down. Some people got so sick that it caused other illnesses to bloom in them, and they were. I know of one guy that lost his leg. Um, he developed diabetes right after he got over the pandemic, and it was in such it flourished so fast in him that he lost his leg this just not here 4 months ago, from right below his right knee down. So he's unable to work now while it's healing up. So, it's there's always people in need. Myself, two others, we donate to sick kids of Toronto Hospital to the cancer ward. As back in 2003, my son passed away from cancer. Sorry to hear about that, Deb. I'm sorry to hear about that. See, that's one thing that I'm all about making people smile. I'm all about making people laugh. That's why I do the Ghostbuster thing with Danny from Unrestricted Paranormal. We do a lot of the cancer wards, children's hospitals, things like that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I want to do the Santa Claus thing so bad. Now that I've made that decision to live every day like it's my last, and start living, doing the things that I want to do, is it gives me a chance to bring more happiness and joy to more kids. And it's I can't imagine what it was like for you dealing with that 20 20 years ago. I can't imagine. And I know that I'm sorry doesn't even come close to comforting you. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Too long of a drive to drop her off and pick her up from her job. Well, no, I mean, she would have to take the day off too and come with you. Yeah, I don't expect you to drive all the way back to all the way here from Illinois and sit for a couple hours and then drive especially when you get moved down to the homestead. That would be, yeah, that, like, you know 5 hour drive one way. So yeah, I don't know. Um, I meant her come, you and the wife. Don't leave her there and you come and enjoy yourself. Woke Saturday, no water. Bought 6 gallons, took home. Work 4 hours later, water started running again. Always give a wee harmonica, those toy collections. I hope they learn them. It can lead to other things. It actually can. You're right. You're right, Tony. It actually can. We did a thing at the hospital called the Santa Tree, where the kids post wish from Santa. We picked up 4 kids off the list and bought them what they asked Santa for. Aww, that's sweet. Tony, you big softy. Kids are expensive these days. You are right. Kids are expensive. My teen daughter, I asked her what she wanted for Christmas. She said, I don't know. So that's what my daughter kept saying is I don't know, because she figured that whatever she wanted, I was probably going to tell her we couldn't afford. But you guys have to understand, when I started this channel, originally, I made a promise to my wife that her money was her money and my money was my money. But you also got to understand that when I started this channel 3 years ago, um, I watched a bunch of BS videos on YouTube talking about how much money you could make and by having a channel and doing videos and stuff like that. And how much money did I make for 1,000 subscribers? How much money did I make for 10,000 subscribers? And people were they were BSing basically. In 3 years, though, I've learned who to watch and who not to watch, who's honest about it, who actually shows you a real check. Um, so now they don't do checks. Now they send the money straight, or they post the money straight to your bank um, during the middle of the month. So you actually have to get a bank statement and, X out what you don't want people to see and show it. And so, but yeah, my daughter, which is one of the reasons what I was going with that, which is one of the reasons that I don't have a better setup now, is the fact that, number one, we have no income coming in from this channel at all. Um, and when I did have the other channel and had almost 5,000 subscribers on there, I was still only making a couple $100 a month. You know, I'm not as big and popular as Santee. He could almost retire already with almost 100,000 subscribers. So, no, he couldn't. But I like to tease him about it anyway. But you see these people with 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers. I seen one the other day with 8.9 million subscribers. Their video posted. Get this, their video posted 2 minutes. 2 minutes before I found their video, and they already had 70,000 views in 2 minutes. 70,000 views. I fight to get 70 views, and I got 600, 728 subscribers. People got more important things to do, I guess. But yeah, my wife does her own personal Christmas shopping and stuff like that, and I do my own personal Christmas shopping and stuff like that. So, plus buying things for the studio or getting different things that I need for the videos or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, moving right along. Every family who's gone through losing loved ones from cancer, my mom and brother passed from it. My mom has had a half a dozen cancer scares. I've lost, my mom was one of 11 kids. There was 2 boys, 9 girls. 4 of her sisters have passed from cancer. One of her brothers passed from cancer. My mom has had God knows how many cancer scares. So I don't know what it's like to lose a very, very, very close family member of it, but I know what it's like to have that scare and that not knowing what the future holds. And to me, that's scarier than hell. That's scarier than hell. You know that me spending $300 to give some kid a happier Christmas is not much, really, in the grand scheme. It's very true. It's very true. I hate that I have spent many of a year looking for, I don't know, apparently nobody makes it. I had to go to my wife and say, "Hey, has Ash said anything to you about what she wants for Christmas?" And that's when she told me about this little shark and um, the videos that these people do, and which I think they're gamers. I'm not really sure. That's her big thing right now is gaming, watching gaming reviews, things like that. So I think that's probably what they are, is a gaming channel. But that's how I found out what she wanted. And it's like, huh, how about that? Let me see. Let me see. Haven't been paid yet from YouTube since I got monetized. Um, when I got monetized 2 years ago, Dev, um, I when I done my New Year's 24-hour live stream, um, I broke my 1,000 people on New Year's, and then I dropped down like 10, 10 or 12 people, and I got remonetized on the 8th or 9th of January. I didn't receive my first check from YouTube until May. May, I think, was when I received my first check. And um, I honestly, I can honestly tell you, I think that it cost more to print the check. Well, let me rephrase that, because it wasn't a check; it was a money transfer into into the wife's bank account, and then she um, PayPal's whatever my check amount was. She would PayPal it over onto my PayPal card. Now I can have my now I can have my check sent straight to the PayPal card. But back then they would only would send it to a physical bank, and then she would transfer it to me. But I think the money transfer cost more than the amount they transferred. You know, I won't go into a lot of detail, but let's just say that uh, let's just say that Charles Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie made more in a month than my first check was worth from YouTube. He made more in a month than the first 4 or 5 checks were from YouTube. I might have actually tied with him on the 6th check. Freedom, good morning. Hope you're doing well and you had a blessed Christmas as well. Freedom, how are you? Thank you. Good to see you too. We're all right. Hope you are too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it begins. Carol, I'm off. Go get my daughter. Long train ride begins. Be careful, Dev. Take care of yourself. Definitely stay blessed, but yeah, definitely be careful going to get her, and we'll catch you later. Better than negative. Good here. Lovely 22. Cheerio. Should I lied? It's now 24. It's snowing here, so the snow has begun. About time to break out the Speedo. That's what I told the wife. She asked me if I was going to continue the Santa Claus thing after Christmas. And I said, what am I supposed to do? Put on that bright yellow Hawaiian shirt with the palm trees all over it, and put on my little Bermuda shorts and my Santa Claus hat, and green screen myself sitting on a beach somewhere in Bowie or Bora Bora or something like that. She said it'd be cute. I said no, it wouldn't. Reckon as I better mosey off too, folks. Good to see you. Have a great day. You too, Tony. You take care of yourself and have a good day. I know it's what afternoon over there, like almost 2 o'clock. So you take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Boxing Day. Kind of takes the fun out of it. Know that I now that I know it's not actually boxing. It's boxing gifts or boxing purchases. I always thought it was a Boxing Day. I thought maybe I don't know. Kind of takes the fun out of it now that I know that two guys aren't inside of a ring beating the crap out of each other. It's when you have representatives from two of the biggest retailers in your country or in your region or whatever, inside of a ring, just beating the crap out of each other for 15 rounds. That would be an interesting Boxing Day. I remember back in the day here in America having a representative from Sears and J.C. Penney's or Macy's and Goebbels or something like that, just beating the crap out of each other for 15 rounds to declare the winner of the retailers for that Christmas season. I would have paid to watch it. My goodness gracious, guys, we are down to 5 minutes already. And it's really funny because I had a lot I wanted to say today, and I don't know, just kind of spaced most of it. That's what happens when you plan a live stream, then sleep, then get up to start the live stream. You don't remember what the hell you want to talk about at the live stream. If I want to see two people beating the shit out of each other, I'll just go to my in-laws' family. Do we have the same family? There's always a fight at the reunion. Yeah, that's exactly it, Freedom. It's too early to remember anything. I mean, I remembered to come in here at 4:30 when the cat woke me up. The time before I finally got up, I remembered to come in here and turn on my coffee pot. Most important thing out of the way, right there. But yeah, Tony, I think we have the same family, man. Because I gotta start looking for you at the family reunion. Because yeah, there's always a fight, and a couple of times it's actually turned into fisticuffs, whether it's over drinking and games, or it's you know whatever. Because the wife's family, they do all kinds of weird stuff at the reunion. They make tie-dye T-shirts. The kids all get on tables with different colors of dye and stuff like that, and they make tie-dye T-shirts and play all kinds of weird games and have um, a water balloon volleyball match, um, where you got everybody around blankets and you're flipping these water balloons over the volleyball net and I mean, there's always something to fight about. Togetherness. Where would we be without it? Can't forget the coffee. Amen to that. Can't forget the coffee. To tell you that I don't attend. Yeah. Yep. I do. I do. I like to go and photograph the games and stuff like that. Not to mention, it's a nice little camping trip with the family that I get to take the end of every July, and don't got to worry about all the primitive stuff. Don't got to worry about all the funny clothes. Just take the tent, get a fire started. Of course, take my big coffee pot. So I got everybody coming to my camp for coffee. So maybe that's what I need to come up with is three-eyed raven brand coffee. Why do I call it three-eyed raven brand? Because I make it so strong you'll think you got a third eye and you can see the universe when you drink my coffee. Honestly, all the people on my side that I would like to see are dead and gone. Wow. Yeah, I kind of understand that. Okay, I'm gonna go get busy. See everybody on Wednesday. Have a great day. Jay, take care of yourself, man. Don't work too hard. You got 2 days off for Christmas, man. The 25th and the 26th. Enjoy both of them. Just kick back and relax, dude. Kick back and relax. Why get it all done in one day when you got a couple hours every evening? And all the rush time for you is finally done for a little bit. Till people start looking at the stuff thinking, oh, I'm returning that. Yuck. God. Oh. Yeah. Ugh. Why in the hell did they get me this? Take care. Enjoy the day with your wife. No need to feel sorry for you. It's how life goes. It really honestly is. It really honestly is. My family don't have a reunion anymore. I go to the wife's family because they're nuts. They're a bunch of crazy rednecks, and it's so much fun watching them doing three-legged races, three-legged obstacle courses, and things like that, and drinking and hooping and hollering all night long at the campground. And I think on average we rent 30, it's either 30 or 35 spaces at the campground every year up in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And everybody, everybody is up drinking and hooping and hollering, and the people just leave us alone. The people just leave us alone because we rent half the campground. So plus we have boats that the family brings in and stuff like that that they rent spaces for. So the campground just leaves us alone. Also because in her family are a couple of Michigan State police officers. I think there's a judge that are all out there just having a ball. So yeah, they just kind of leave us alone when we're there. Still a shame it's not so much. Just keeps life just keeps ticking. It really honestly does. It really honestly does. But what can you do besides keep ticking with it? Just keep ticking with it. But it is that time, guys. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. It is time for me to be like a tree and leave. Time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So, like I said, we will not be on tonight. I am going to spend the evening with the wife, and I am going to get the sleep that I need to build up my sleep reserves for our 12-hour New Year's Eve live stream. So, be looking for the video from Christmas Eve a little bit later today. I'm finishing it up right now. I will have another video out either tomorrow or Wednesday. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to get back on the schedule Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, or at least be able to get the Tuesday, Thursday thing out, or if I'm just going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. I guess you'll know when the video pops up. But I'm out of here. Love to y'all. Merry Christmas. I'm glad everybody had a great Christmas. Whether you spend it alone or spend it with the family, at least it's another memorable one. So, New Year's Eve's coming up next weekend. Let's have some fun. We'll catch y'all a little bit later. Take care. Much love.